So as you can tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to be talking about why I transferred colleges. If this is your first time on my channel, or if you're new, then you might know that I ended up transferring colleges after my first year. I originally went to school in North Carolina, but then I ended up transferring to a different school in North Carolina, so now I'm a sophomore, and pretty much I'm just going to be explaining like the more than one reasons why I ended up transferring. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I would really appreciate it if you thumbs this video up and subscribe for more videos on this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you want to, but definitely subscribe because I'll be making so many more videos. So before I go ahead into my explanation, I want to say this in like the nicest, most sincere way I possibly can. The reason why I transferred, or why anyone else transfers, is honestly nobody's business but their own. A lot of people will come up and ask me why I transferred on like social media, and then people at my old school, and then people at my new school, and then people that I didn't talk to in high school will still like ask me, and then like just so many different people will ask me. And honestly, like asking someone why they transferred schools doesn't always bring back a positive memory. So when people always ask the question like, oh, why did you transfer schools, it's always just like, does it really affect you at all? Also, on the opposite of that, just because someone transferred schools doesn't mean that they transferred for one reason. People transfer for so many different reasons. Like people can transfer because of the weather or location or the academics or money. Like there's literally so many different reasons why people transfer. People don't just transfer because they hate their life. So I'm willing to say why I transferred, but not everyone is like really open to like explain like why they ended up transferring. So if there's any other transfer students out there who are watching this video, you might be able to agree with me. So yeah. So there wasn't really like one specific reason why I ended up transferring schools. It was more of just like a whole, like a bunch of different things. Probably number one was academics. I felt like the school I was going to wasn't very strong in the academic department. I felt like I was still taking high school classes when I was a freshman in college, which honestly I had more stress like my junior year of high school, or like any of my high school years, than I did like my first year of college. And then also I found myself like coming home from school or going to my dorm watching like 3 movies a night, like literally had no homework whatsoever, and I felt like I wasn't really earning a degree. Yeah, I only attended there for a year, but for some odd reason I felt like that's how it would have been for like every single year. Also, I was majoring in mass communications, and when I went to my school, I didn't find a lot of people majoring in that. I found a lot of people nursing majors and like political science majors. Honestly, don't think I met one person who was a mass comm major, and not saying like that's like automatically like a bad thing, but I also never heard anything about the department at my school. I even like had classes in like the communications building and literally never heard anything about it, never saw any of the classrooms. It was very weird. Like I felt like I was going into a program that didn't have that great of success. I wanted to go to a school that had like a pretty known like communications program or department, so going to the school that I was at previously wasn't that option. And I noticed also at my old school, majoring in mass communications, I felt like it was more going into like journalism. Like when I looked at the curriculum online, I literally would have been taking like 5 or 6 like journalism classes, which I personally don't want to go into journalism. I want to do cinema and television arts. I think I should add that when I went to orientation, I wasn't really in love with my school. Like I was kind of just like, oh, I'm here, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to school in North Carolina, and like people would, my friend would always ask me like, oh, are you excited to move to North Carolina? And I'd just be like, yeah, it's whatever. Like I wasn't excited at all, which is not the attitude you should have when going to a school. I remember move-in day in particular, I was honestly the most crankiest person and like bitchiest person to my family. Like I was being so rude and just I don't know, I was not happy, which you should be very happy when you're moving into college. I think I was honestly mad at my family because they were leaving me there alone. Thinking about it now, it was really bad of me to like be really rude to them because like they did not deserve it at all. Instead of me being excited to like attend there, I would be like, okay, there's only like 3.5 more years until I graduate. Let me just make it through these 3.5 more years. And having that mindset in college is like not a good thing. So when it came to like the social life and just like the spirit life on campus, I'm not saying that there wasn't school spirit, because there was school spirit, but I felt like it was more of like a group of people who were like really into the school spirit, and then like the whole rest of the school was kind of just like there. I felt like it was pretty much just like a dead campus, if that makes sense, which is very opposite than the campus I go to now. Like it's very like active when it comes to like student organizations and just like student involvement in general. I didn't really connect with a lot of the people there. Only my roommate was definitely like the one person that I really connected there. I did have a few friends on campus, but I felt like they were kind of just people I talked to just because I had no one else to talk to, which is like not a good way to like make friends, if that makes sense. The majority of people were really nice, like that wasn't really a problem. People that you click with, and then there's people that you don't click with. Not saying that they're bad people, that they just aren't people you would hang out with. I also thought like after like a month or so, like I would get used to the environment, but I never really got used to the environment. I felt like I was always just waiting for breaks. I would literally have like a countdown to like winter break or Thanksgiving break or spring break. I really hope I'm not forgetting anything. If you have any questions about the things I've talked about, you can definitely leave them in the comment section down below. And if you're a transfer student, like let me know. I think us transfer students should stick together. Whenever I see people comment on my videos saying that they are a transfer student, I get like so happy because I just think it's like really cool. I really want to make a video about the transferring process because it can kind of be a tedious one, obviously depending on what school you go to. I feel like a lot of people want to end up transferring schools but then don't end up doing it because they are lazy, or they don't want to be that weird transfer student, or depending on what their friends are saying. So I really want to make a video about it. And also I want to say, for anyone debating on transferring, I should mainly talk about this in that video, but like it's normal to transfer schools. Like I know so many people who ended up transferring schools that like I would never have thought would, and like thought that they really love their school based on social media. Social media can be very, very deceiving. Like I was still posting on social media, on Instagram and everything, when in reality I was not having a very good time at my school. Don't assume that everything is perfect from what you see online. I know that had nothing to do with this video at all, which I don't know, I'm sorry, but I just had to say it. Alright, so I think that's the end of this video. Like I said, if you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys!